obnoxious hypocrisy has just been exposed as she tells Prince Harry, finally, get a job. Do you remember that old song? Get a haircut, get a job. I guess for Harry, and get a job. But first, you've got to laugh at this. In an interview filmed 10 years before she started selling her own £190 was never range.
Me. I want this to be a community much greater than that. So beyond bringing on writers or other people who want to share great content and who understand the voice of the site, which is like talking to a girlfriend and conversational and inspiring, I've always sort of crafted it like aspiration.
If there's one thing critics say about Meghan Markle, it's that her biggest problem isn't controversy, it's contradiction. A resurfaced interview from years before she married Prince Harry is now making headlines again, and this time many royal watchers believe it reveals just how dramatically Meghan's public image has changed. In the interview, Meghan spoke about creating an approachable lifestyle brand. She described it as something aspirational but still attainable for ordinary people.
Say feel comfortable even after 20,000 steps. Royally Sage made the point Rachel is reduced to being an influencer. That is an embarrassing drop from being a...
A good chunk of it is tied up in her terrible products. And she is not good at marketing. She is not good at figuring out what actual consumers want. And so she's constantly stuck in this endless loop of failure. And she has no one to blame here but her.
During that conversation, she mocked the idea of expensive celebrity products, specifically mentioning luxury candles. According to Meghan at the time, products costing over $100 felt completely out of touch. She called that kind of pricing obnoxious and suggested she wanted to create something more relatable and accessible. Fast forward to today, and critics say that statement has come back to haunt her. Why? Because Meghan's current lifestyle brand has been accused of doing exactly what she once criticized. Reports have highlighted premium-priced products, luxury branding, and expensive collections that many consumers simply cannot afford.
Even though, at this point, the products just simply aren't moving. And it's because Netflix said, okay, we're going to give you the money that's part of this lump deal, but a good chunk of it is going to go into developing.
For critics, the issue isn't the price tag itself. Luxury products exist everywhere. The issue is the apparent contradiction between Meghan's past comments and her current business strategy. And the timing couldn't be more difficult. Over the last several months, questions have continued to circulate about the financial future of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's post-royal empire. When the couple stepped away from royal duties in 2020, they secured enormous commercial deals with major companies. Those agreements generated headlines around the world and created the impression that Harry and Meghan were building a media powerhouse in California. But 6 years later, the picture looks very different. Some projects succeeded. Others failed to gain traction. Several highly publicized ventures generated huge initial attention but struggled to maintain momentum. Critics argue that the couple's business model has often relied heavily on publicity rather than long-term results. That brings us to one of the most discussed claims emerging from recent royal commentary. According to reports citing unnamed insiders, Meghan is becoming increasingly concerned about finances and wants Harry to contribute more commercially. The reports suggest Meghan is focused on business growth, branding opportunities, and maintaining their expensive California lifestyle, while Harry remains more interested in charitable work, advocacy campaigns, and passion projects. Whether those insider claims are accurate remains impossible to verify independently. However, the speculation reflects a broader question that many observers continue asking. Can Harry and Meghan sustain the lifestyle they envisioned after leaving royal life? Their Montecito estate, security costs, staff, travel expenses, and business operations require substantial resources. Unlike working royals, they no longer receive institutional support from the monarchy. That means every dollar must come from business activities, investments, media projects, partnerships, or personal assets. And this is where Prince Harry becomes the center of the conversation. Supporters argue Harry possesses enormous global recognition and remains one of the most famous public figures in the world. Critics counter that fame alone does not automatically translate into business success. Since leaving royal duties, Harry has explored multiple ventures including documentaries, speaking engagements, charitable initiatives, and corporate partnerships. Yet questions continue about whether those projects are generating the long-term financial stability that was originally expected. As pressure grows and public scrutiny intensifies, some commentators believe the Sussexes are entering one of the most important phases of their post-royal journey. The dream of financial independence was always going to face challenges. Now the real question is whether Meghan Markle and Prince Harry can adapt quickly enough to overcome them. But if Meghan Markle is reportedly frustrated about finances, critics argue that Prince Harry faces an even bigger problem, finding his place outside the royal system. For most of his life, Harry operated within a structure that handled nearly everything around him. Royal schedules, public appearances, security arrangements, communications, and official responsibilities were all organized through the institution. When Harry left royal duties, many supporters believed he would finally gain complete freedom to build his own future. The reality, however, appears to have been far more complicated. According to royal commentators, Harry's strongest asset was always his role as a prince. He excelled when meeting veterans, supporting charities, connecting with young people, and representing causes close to his heart. Those responsibilities came naturally to him. But critics argue that translating royal popularity into business success has proven far more difficult. His media projects have received mixed reactions, and several ventures have struggled to create the impact that many expected. As a result, questions continue to emerge about whether Harry was ever truly prepared for life as an independent commercial figure. Adding to the pressure are ongoing reports about the couple's financial commitments. Maintaining a luxury California lifestyle isn't cheap. Their Montecito property alone requires significant upkeep. Then there are security costs, travel expenses, staff salaries, legal fees, and the everyday demands that come with operating multiple business ventures. For many observers, the biggest surprise isn't that challenges exist. It's that those challenges arrived so quickly. When Harry and Meghan first signed major deals after leaving the royal family, many believed they had unlimited opportunities ahead of them. The couple were among the most talked about public figures in the world. Companies wanted access to their story. Streaming platforms wanted exclusive content. Publishers wanted books. Media organizations wanted interviews. Everything seemed possible. But fame creates expectations. And those expectations can be difficult to meet consistently. Several royal commentators now argue that Harry and Meghan may have overestimated how long public fascination alone could drive commercial success. Attention can open doors. Keeping those doors open requires results. That's why recent reports suggesting tension over money have generated so much discussion online. Some observers believe Meghan is becoming increasingly focused on business performance because she recognizes the need for sustainable revenue. Others argue the reports are exaggerated and simply part of ongoing media speculation surrounding the Sussexes. The truth likely remains known only to Harry and Meghan themselves. What is clear, however, is that public perception continues to shift. A few years ago, conversations focused on the couple's dramatic departure from royal life. Today, the discussion is increasingly centered on business performance, brand strategy, and financial sustainability. At the same time, Meghan continues expanding her lifestyle image through social media, product launches, and personal branding efforts. Supporters see that as smart entrepreneurship. Critics see it as evidence that the couple are still searching for a winning formula. Either way, the pressure appears to be mounting. And with every new project, the expectations become even higher. The question now is whether the Sussexes can reinvent themselves once again, or whether the public has already made up its mind. Yet perhaps the most controversial question surrounding Meghan Markle today has nothing to do with business deals, streaming contracts, or luxury products. It involves the couple's children. For years, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle emphasized the importance of privacy, repeatedly expressing concerns about media attention and public exposure. Protecting Archie and Lilibet became one of the central themes of their public messaging. However, recent appearances and social media content have sparked a new debate. Royal commentators have noticed what they describe as a gradual shift in strategy. While the children are still rarely shown publicly, they have appeared more frequently in carefully controlled photographs, videos, and family moments shared by Meghan. Supporters argue there's nothing unusual about a mother sharing family memories. Critics, however, claim the increased visibility raises questions about where the line between privacy and branding should be drawn. The debate has become even more intense because social media has changed dramatically over the last decade. Today, many public figures use family content to strengthen connections with audiences. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it creates backlash. As Meghan continues expanding her lifestyle and personal brand, some observers believe family-focused content may become a larger part of her public image moving forward. Others strongly disagree and believe the Sussexes will continue limiting public access to their children. Only time will reveal which prediction is correct. Meanwhile, another challenge continues to follow the couple wherever they go: public trust. For Harry and Meghan, every new project now faces immediate scrutiny. Every announcement is analyzed. Every interview becomes a headline. Every business move sparks debate. That level of attention can be both an advantage and a burden. Because while millions of people remain interested in their story, public opinion appears more divided than ever. Some see the Sussexes as independent pioneers who broke away from an outdated institution and built their own path. Others view them as celebrities still struggling to define their purpose outside the royal family. What nobody can deny is that the stakes remain incredibly high. The decisions Harry and Meghan make over the next few years could determine how history ultimately remembers their post-royal chapter. Will they successfully transform themselves into influential global entrepreneurs? Will their media projects finally produce consistent success? Or will the challenges continue to overshadow their ambitions? For Meghan Markle, the criticism surrounding her old comments about luxury products serves as a reminder that the internet never forgets. Past statements can quickly return and create uncomfortable comparisons with present-day actions. For Prince Harry, the pressure may be even greater. He is still trying to balance life as a former senior royal with life as an independent public figure. And as speculation about finances, branding, and future opportunities continues, one thing is certain. The world is still watching. Whether you support them or criticize them, Harry and Meghan remain among the most discussed public figures on the planet. And their next move could be one of the most important yet. What do you think? Is the criticism of Meghan Markle fair, or are Harry and Meghan being judged more harshly than other celebrities? Let me know in the comments below.